Welcome back, folks. Still haven't got the voice back, but I'm gutting it out. What's my man name? Petey Green. Sound like Petey Green today. We gonna do a show like Petey Green. I can get this octave. I can't get higher than that.
That's hilarious.
But it seems fitting to come at this octave for the Buckeyes.
The
Buckeyes got. That's my Petey Green. Really, seriously, I'm not doing this for effect. I can't talk any other way. But we bringing it to you, the people.
I can hear it coming back, though. You've been eating a lot of lozenges and stuff.
Man. Hey.
You got your E. coli.
Yeah. So we don't have any sponsorship, but you know what?
E. coli.
I'm in the talking business, and I kind of need something to help me get my voice back because the Buckeyes, they were asking for it, DG.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go looking for smoke.
Sam don't go looking for smoke.
They brought it well, I do go looking for smoke, but I didn't go looking for it this time. They brought it to me, so I had to respond in kind. Kind of lost my voice doing it.
Okay.
But we have to be back for the Monday morning quarterback film study because we love you, the people. I can see in the comments that you love us too. You really love DG. I keep telling them to read the comments. DG said, no, they want to show love. Just give them my Cash App.
Just get to the Cash App.
Give my Cash App. Give them my Venmo. So we're going to make sure we do that. But we aren't going to get money any other kind of way because we don't own this footage.
No, we don't.
Copyright owners own it. We come back to do it for you, the people, for free because we love you. We want you to be edified. We want you to be educated. We want you to be entertained. And we hope we've done that for you all season long. You can show us love in other ways, of course, by going and liking the video, subscribing to the channel. That's a great way to show love. Another great way to show love is to go over to the MichiganInsider.com. Subscribing right now, still $1. We'll get you in your first month, which is a great deal too. So be sure to check it out. Let's jump right in, DG. And you have a long soliloquy that you can offer right now, but you said you don't want to repeat yourself.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous. I don't want to end up sounding like Sam. So if I just keep on using my voice up for no reason, you know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. So let's just go back and take a look at what I said before the game. Because you got a lot of analysts that act like they first guess it, but they second guess it, right? We film these on Mondays, and I was on the table and very clear on what I expected to see, what would happen, just roll the clip.
All right, here we go.
Think, man, somebody's going to have like a Herculean effort for Michigan to win. They have to make some spectacular plays, a la 451 yards and put you in position, 5 touchdowns, I don't know who did that. But broken foot, Hercules, yee.
So what holes do you see real quick? What holes do you see in Ohio State? Talk about them.
So there aren't a whole bunch of holes, but they're a human football team. And the thing is, for a long time, the talent gap was huge. It was so big, right? I was just about to get to it. You don't have to have an Herculean effort from anybody, right? Play football. That's it, right? Because as much as, they have all these 5 stars and whatever, the players that will play in the game, and, no pun intended, the game, the players that will play, both sides are even, dude. Right, they might have a bunch of 5 stars that aren't contributing yet, and in the future they're going to be so good and whatever. What Michigan's been able to do with their 3 stars, 4 stars, or whatever, the talent on the field is going to be equal.
So give me your take. You say Michigan is going to have more JJ. How many passes in this game?
I don't know about that because the thing is dictated on how the game goes. The thing is, you could make one downfield pass and complete it. And then they might loosen up and say,
Oh, yeah.
Hold on now. That's what everybody's been scared of. We can't allow them to complete those. Because those are backbreakers. Those are gashes. Because the thing is, that's what Michigan hasn't shown to be able to do as much. So he starts hitting some of those. They're like, And guess what? Then now they're at your mercy.
All right. So be specific then. I guess that's what I'm looking at. When you say more JJ, what are you talking about? Running more throws, run pass balance.
The ball in his hands to make the decision on what happens on the play, period. Not a handoff where they block the end, right? Handoff block the end. There's no keep option. There's none of that. The ball in his hands to make the decision solely, not a called play. The ball in his hands to make the decision on who gets the ball and where it goes. Period. I don't know. It's so goofy. Like how many throws? I don't know how many dang throws they're going to throw. I don't know how many times they need to run them. He needs to make the decision more times than not on who gets the ball, where it goes.
More RPO, more zone read.
He needs to. His boy can't hear me. He needs to make the decision.
That's what I'm saying.
If that means play action pass, if that means drop back, if that means RPO, if that means RPO, no pass, so RO, run option from 2 different places, speed option, whatever it needs to be, he has to be the driving force. Anytime that the one time that it didn't happen was last year because Ohio State just wasn't man enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, every single year, whoever wins this game, the quarterback has to be extremely dynamic. And if you want to have a chance to win 2013, the quarterback has to be extremely dynamic, right?
Yeah.
That is a fact. Go look at in the last 10, 20 years, whatever. Braxton Miller, Devin Gardner, Denara, whoever it is, you have to be dynamic at quarterback position. Last year, they weren't man enough. Not going to be the same this year.
Fortunately, they have a quarterback that can do that.
They got a quarterback that can do it.
JJ can do it.
Look at you on the table. Good for you.
JJ can do it. All right, so there you go, DG. You, from the jump, said this man can do the job. Mm-hmm. Now, I was riding with you. You said, no, I want you to get on the table harder.
He's riding ish.
I was riding. I've been riding all season, telling these cats that this dude can get it done. What I was equivocating about is I didn't know if they really were going to entrust him like I thought was necessary for them to win the game. And they did that.
They did that, and it was a good thing. But there's one thing that happened that I know you missed because you didn't get a chance to have like a simulcast with Monday Morning Quarterback Sam Webb, Devin Gardner as you're watching the game, so you probably missed it. I'm going to show you right now. We are going to show you right now when this game completely changed. Right, when this game completely changed. It's on a bad play by JJ, one of the only bad plays of the game. You got a quick out right here for Ronnie Bell. They're in man-to-man coverage. They're in zero coverage. So you're going to have it, right? He's playing off. You're going to have it. It's easy throw. JJ should make it in his sleep. He can make it in his sleep. And the same theme from a week ago, he misses it high and behind, right? And people say, oh, he got hands on it. No, high and behind. He's running out. He doesn't expect the ball to be high and behind. He's wide open. But this is what I love. Watch. He sprints over to him, right? He gets over right to Ronnie Bell, and he puts his hand on his chest. And here's what I say he said. We gonna be all right. Do you feel me? Can you hear me? Ronnie, we gonna be all right. That's on me. I'm gonna take full responsibility. But guess what, Ronnie? It's going to be fine. I'm gonna make that throw every day. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna get this done. And then we're proceeded to happen in this game. He got it done. In every way that I described in the long soliloquy that we just listened to, in every way that I described, he proceeded to get it done. And it was extremely impressive. So let's move forward.
All right,
let's
go ahead.
Let's watch him get it done, right? And these are all in, sequential order?
Yes,
right?
sir. Everyone
in order of how it happened right after that defining moment where he runs over Ronnie Bell. We got zero blitz here. And remember, and Monday Morning Quarterback, I defended Knowles. I agree. I would go zero blitz 2 on third down, make this young guy prove it. Well, he does, right? We talked about it. You can't always get in a fight, especially zero blitz. They're bringing more than you got. You got to retreat, right? He recognizes it first, recognition, right? And he sees he has his one-on-one. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. Boom, I got a plan. But now I got to execute, right? I can't just go running out of there. I got to retreat, drive. Ball's driven perfectly, and now you allow your playmakers to play. That's the thing. We have some talented football players, and CJ is one of them, and he burst into the national spotlight in this game, right? With Marvin Harrison Jr. on the other side, the best receiver on that field on that day was Cornelius Johnson. He did an outstanding job breaking a tackle and then using Michigan don't have no speed at receiver, man. Remember that? It's not enough speed. Well, he caught that ball, made a guy miss, and hit his head on the goalpost. But it started, right, with the quarterback who the game is entrusted in him. The ball's in his hands. He gets to make the decisions, and he makes the right one here.
And look, I get some zero blitz. These dudes, 13 zero blitzes, 24 cover one. That's not there.
Well, Sam, we're going to see that they played some zone. They tried a lot of stuff, and then none of it worked. Right, so they like, man, let's just stay with the game plan that we came with because ain't nothing working. Nothing's working. All right, so let's move on to the next play.
All right, next one.
First play of the possession. Right? So what we have here is we don't have zero, right? It looks like it's man, but it's not.
Wait, hold up. I think Zach Smith.
Well, he was wrong.
Zach Smith.
He was wrong. Now,
Zach Smith was a coach. I mean, he used to be a coach.
Well, he should have called in and see what it was because it's not man, but it's cover 2 on one side, right? Cover 2 to the field right here. You can see Cameron Martinez, a former Michigan player, not the university, but in the state of Michigan, a great high school football player, should have probably went to Michigan. He's got half in the corners and the flats, right? What is that, Sam?
That's cover 2.
That's cover 2, at least to the field. Now, to the boundary, I don't know what they're doing. You got the corner play. You got the corner playing in the flat. You got the safety that looks like he's about to play half. He chases a guy across the field. You got a middle guy that could have been like he's not a linebacker, but he could have been the Tampa 2 style middle guy to just kind of cover the middle. But the middle's wide open, and you got to get somebody to it, and Cornelius Johnson is that guy, right? So with the safety, Cameron Martinez kicking off the sideline, off the half, this route is perfectly designed for that defense, right? Because he's trying to disguise. He starts to kick out. So the route that Cornelius Johnson gives him, that fake corner, right, where he runs to the corner, it further makes Martinez go in that area, right? He leans, he takes him where you're going already, boom, sticks him in that right foot in the ground, and he is gone. And there's a deep throw that everybody else talked about he's incapable of making. He makes it down the field in an outstanding, like I said, Cornelius Johnson burst onto the scene, the national scene, on the biggest stage of his life.
Yeah, man, so I go back to, I get why you want to sprinkle some of it in, but this is a sign to me now you confused your defense.
They're confused.
So
is it man? Is his own? You got half of the defense playing man, and it wasn't 2 man, right? Because the safety that would have been the half guy started playing man, right? So you got man, you got zone, you got corners in the flats. It's a big cluster bad word.
Exactly.
Is what it is.
Exactly. And, which is when, at that point, I'm like, okay, let's go back to what we're used to doing, fellas. We just going to ride with that.
You're saying if you're Ohio State.
If I'm Ohio State,
yeah.
I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they got out coached as bad as they did. Because now you wipe them off the field in the second half, which is exactly what Michigan did.
Moving on.
All right, so DG, one of the things that we said was that JJ's legs were going to have to be a bigger factor in this game. Here is a sign of that right here.
100%. And this is going to help later, but this is more of that's the finesse that the former Ohio State players are talking about. Right, they're reaching at the ball. You got a quarterback out on the edge, right, that's kind of torching you right now, right, has this team in the game down 3, and he's on the edge. You got a chance to take him out. And look what they're doing. Reaching and pulling. And how about JJ, right? Just running through him. I mean, that is embarrassing. So that is kind of a backbreaker, and I think that's what the former players at Ohio State are talking about. There's no way, and then look at this. He tries to slam Ronnie Bell, and Ronnie Bell's like, wait a minute, you tried to sneak slam me and you didn't get it done. Right? Right? Even think back to David Boston. Right? David Boston, a lot of people say Charles Woodson lost that, right? He was trying to give Charles the business. That's garbage, right? And that further proves a lot what the former players at Ohio State are saying, just not as tough, like more of a finesse football team. Right, so let's go to this next play. So just keep that run by JJ in the memory bank because that's going to help the football team later and be part of the reason why Donovan Edwards exploded the way he did.
All right, so before I show this play, let's rewind the tape and go back to an instance where you were talking about, hey, JJ could really help his team out, right?
Absolutely. Getting in the fight, right? And JJ does a good job of it, but sometimes you got to be a violent climb, right? And he didn't, on this play, he didn't give a violent climb, right? So without the violent climb, you get the defender getting to you, you get sacked, and whatever case may be.
There was another point that you brought out with JJ where you said, hey, man, you can help out your lineman, too. You could have helped your receiver on that play. Yeah. Here's one where you can help out your lineman.
Yeah, so the right tackle, he gets beat, right? And he shouldn't get beat. But when the right tackle gets beat, pause right there, right?
Okay, I'll bring it back.
Yeah, let's bring it back some. Right there, right? In that position, he's beat, but he's not beat, right? Because what he's going to do, he's going to get his feet underneath him, and he's going to try to run him around the quarterback and push him all the way to the opposite hash, right? He's going to try to run his feet, right? That's why they got to do some conditioning, right? Because they got to learn how to run a little bit, too. They do some speed work, too, right? Run him around the quarterback, and you can see in front of JJ, there's plenty of space, right? There's plenty of space. The thing is for JJ, he does a very good job of not looking at the rush, which is what you should do. and his feel is generally pretty good. This time he could have felt it a little better, right? So there are regular quarterback movements like you see right there. He's climbing, but it's just a small hitch, right? It's not a true climb. He needs an evasive move, right? There's a difference, right? A quarterback movement and then an evasive move where sometimes you might crow hop and cross your feet and get in a position that you don't want to be in usually as a quarterback, but the pressure suggests, right? So he needs to feel that just a little bit better, help him so that the tackle can continue to push him around, right? And maybe even circle back and get into the pocket so that he can help him and make a throw down the field. But that's a loss by the tackle, but JJ can help him, I think. But he, not a repeat offender of this, right? He does a good job of feeling, knowing when he needs to climb. But on that play in particular, he needed an evasive move, a super evasive move to climb very hard into the pocket so he can see downfield and make a play. Well, let's take a look to this week, right? Learn from your mistake, right? Help your lineman out. He does a great job without looking at the rush still. You got the play action that we talked about. This is a clear beeline pass to the quarterback. But there's a perfect pocket. What do you need to do? Hard climb. Watch him. Hard climb. And as soon as that right foot hits, he drives the ball down the field. Perfect throw. Touchdown. Right? Now, you're not going to be able to see what happened, and it's a good design. Nice route by Loveland and all that. But that play is made because the quarter. And then, I told you, Ronnie, we going to be all right. We going to be all right. Can you feel me? Can you hear me, Sam? We going to be all right. I told you, didn't I? I told you we going to be all right. I told you we would. I love it. I love it. Take a look at that, right? Look how perfect that pocket is. How about that Joe Moore award-winning offensive line back-to-back? If they don't go back-to-back, it's rigged, right? They just want to give everybody a chance. It's a participation award, right? If they don't get it again, especially after what they just did to Ohio State, I don't know what the award is doing. And so it should be 2 of those trophies in the weight room, but this is an outstanding job by all parties involved. Hard climb, offensive lineman still fighting, JJ on time. Look at that.
See, hey, man, what is the safety doing?
They running all over each other, so falling down. It's crazy.
So confused.
But what I tell you, Ronnie, I said we're going to be all right. Remember that defining moment in the game. A quarterback, we see so many quarterbacks don't take responsibility and blame others and whatever the case may be. Immediately takes responsibility, goes to his senior wide receiver, number 1 wide receiver, and says, listen, I am going to get this done for the team. Now, I don't know exactly those words, but it was something. Something was said there, and maybe you can ask him about it in an interview or press conference or whatever. Something was said there to reaffirm that I can get this done and I will. And then he delivered. Just earned the utmost respect from everybody. And then, Ronnie, I told you we gonna be all right. Come on, dancer. Come on, Sam. Let me see. Your shoulder's not hurting. It's your throat. Let me see. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Let me hear. Can you feel me?
You can't hear me, but you can feel me.
You can't hear him, but you can feel him. We gonna be all right. That's awesome.
Right.
That's awesome.
Had to keep the legs involved in this game, though. And I thought, and you made this point on Monday Morning Quarterback, JJ's legs were a part of opening up the rest of the run game.
Obviously, we heard the soliloquy in the beginning of this show. It doesn't matter how he does it. He needs to make the decisions. Right. I was clear on that. But his legs were the reason for Donovan going crazy. It's no coincidence that early in the game, we didn't quite run the ball great. They were on it. They were doing a good job. Now it could be personnel, whatever. Yeah. I don't care what it is. We weren't, right? Because Donovan played later in the day, and he wasn't getting touched, right?
He was also more confident in that hand, too.
He's playing later in the day, he wasn't getting touched. If you're just running through the line of scrimmage and ain't nobody there, he even said in the press conference, what time when I ran through and I didn't get touched? Which one? Right? So running through and not getting touched ain't got nothing to do with the confidence in your hand. Them legs is just fine. You feel me? You feel me, Knocking?
I do.
Well, let me in on the next play.
All right, but we got to build up. We can show some more JJ runs.
Some more JJ runs, right? Another opportunity to get on the edge and go get a first down, right? JJ needs to make the decisions. That's what I said, right? I don't care how it's done. RPO, run pass option, read option, drop back pass, play action pass, screens. JJ needs to have the ball and he needs to make the decision. Here we go. Another build up toward what we're describing as forcing the Ohio State defense to not only respect him, but taking their players out of place and allowing Donovan Edwards to get down.
And so here's a scramble. All this building in their heads, right?
Hey, man, he is killing us with an arm. First he did it with the arm. Now he getting late in the third. The legs are killing us. Look at this. First down. Another opportunity to go to. There you go. 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Get down. Don't take a hit. Remember the stigma? Oh, man, he just takes too many hits, all these different. We can't trust him to run because he can't protect himself. Well, again, gets down, goes get down. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I would have loved for him to get the first down. I don't like to. But you're dominating this team so much. That's for, I believe that for when you're outmatched a little bit, right? Take the first down where you can get them. Oh, you're dominating this team. You know you're going to get it. 2nd and 1, you're good to go, right? 2nd and 1, you're good to go.
So this one, it's not one of Donovan's big runs, but it might be the most important one.
Not a huge run. Most important. Take a look. Watch this man right here. Right? Everybody's thinking, well, what about defensive ends? Forget about that. Don't listen to me. This is Money Morgan. Listen to me. Watch him. Right? He displaces himself. Why? Because JJ is on the edge and he has to go get him. He displaces himself. These linemen don't even block him. He's unblocked. And look, does he touch him? Does he touch him? You guys tell me. Does he touch him? He's the guy that has to make the play. That's his gap. Why is he outside of his gap, Sam? Well, he's outside of his gap because he has to not let this quarterback number 9 in white, he can't let him do it. He can't let him do it. He'll live with the running back doing running back things. He cannot allow the quarterback to do running back things. He displaces himself. The 2 offensive linemen can climb to the 2nd level without even touching him. Donovan Edwards is through, and it's just a precursor to what we're going to see later in the game. We're not going to show it, but you guys saw what happened. Go to YouTube.
Yeah, man.
You're already here. Go to YouTube once you finish here. Right? Go stay on YouTube and go look up the runs if you want to see them where Donovan Edwards just burst through the line of scrimmage untouched for touchdowns.
So here's the deal, DG, as we wrap up here. Michigan had a great season last year.
It did.
Make no mistake. Made it all the way to the playoff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what was the missing link? And this is not, first of all, I want to wish Cade McNamara great luck in wherever he winds
Absolutely.
up. I happen to think Iowa.
He did a great deal for the University of Michigan to stabilize and everything.
He sure did. He did an awesome job for Michigan. Help get them back to national championship caliber.
Relevance.
Right. But what gets you over the top? Get you from the point of just getting there to getting there, staying there and winning.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Playmaking at the quarterback position.
Playmaking at the quarterback position. And for the longest time this season, everybody was in question. Remember, even early in the season, I said, well, I think our quarterback is really, really good. But guess what? He's the worst player on our offense. Right? I think our receivers are a lot farther along. I think that the offensive line obviously is a lot further along. I think the running backs, especially as a tandem, so much further along. That is a good thing. Remember I said that. That's a good thing. That our quarterback is talented, but he's the worst player on our offense, and he's only going to continue to get better. All right? And I've also talked about that Ohio State hit their peak from the beginning. They were really, really good from the beginning. And then they had nowhere to go but down. But Michigan, they had an opportunity to get better and better and better. And I said from the beginning of the season, by the time they get to Ohio State, they're going to be the best they've ever been. And we saw it on Saturday.
Yes, sir. And now it's back to the Big Ten championship game. Taking on, I'm sorry, Ron. I'm sorry. Ron is one of my dear friends.
Ron English, my guy.
One of my dear friends, man.
Talked to him a lot of times this week when I had Purdue. I love talking to him. And he said that they will be in that championship game.
Sure did.
He said it.
Sure did. He's back in the summer. I was like, come on, Ron.
He said it.
We talking. I'm not interviewing you.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we do. You was at my wedding, man.
Yeah.
Man, we don't have to talk to me like that. He's like, no, Sam, we can win the West.
Yeah.
Like, here they go. So he was right.
He was right.
Got to give you credit, Ron. You got it. Got him there. And he's a big part of why they're there. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be a good day.
It ain't going to be all right. Can you feel me?
That's my guy,
I don't
DG.
think it's going to be all right.
I appreciate you picking me up, my brother.
I got you.
All season long. Folks, show DG love. Cash App, Venmo. Can you lay him down, DG?
You know, Gardner Devin J on Cash App. I don't really know the Venmo right now. It's okay. The just do the Cash App. It's fine. I can't think of the Venmo. It's too much, too many dashes and all that. But you can try to look me up.
Well, folks, you can show love in a lot of ways. Of course, we don't own this footage, so I tell you, we don't monetize this. We don't go out and get sponsorship for it. What you can do is you can like the video. You can go on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Of course, you can go over to the MichiganInsider.com. Always great deals to get you in, whether it's 75% off an annual or $1 for a year. Hey, man, I'm trying.
Your voice is hilarious.
I'm trying, DG. Hey, man, I had to give it to the Buckeyes.
You had to give it to him.
They was
hey,
asking
personal
for it, man.
foul, Sam Webb. giving them the business.
They were asking for it, DG. They were asking for it.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go hard in the paint like that. They asked me to. So I obliged. There you go.
There you go.
Until next week, folks, thanks for watching another edition of the Monday Morning Quarterback Film Study focused on Ohio State. The Buckeyes got beat down. We'll be back next week. See you then.